be able to see this. Putting the wire on, you'll notice I'm working on a piece of plate glass. I like this because it's smooth, it's flat. I don't have to worry about accidentally scraping the foil off the back of the piece as I'm applying the wire. You'll notice also it's just tacked together. It's not soldered on the inside, it's not soldered on the back side. I do this, it's a hell of a lot easier to put this wire on without soldering the back side. If I solder the back side, then I have to try to stand it up. This is 24 gauge copper wire. You have to straighten it out when it comes off the roll, kinda, sort of. Get it started. And I'm basically attempting to use my little fingernails to get it centered. Theoretically, if you can see that or not. A little flux. A little tad, a drip. I'm just tacking it to the edge. And I'm using my fingernail, theoretically, to try to center it on the edge of the copper foil. Now, one thing about 24 gauge copper wire, it's supple enough to go around these points with a little encouragement, meaning like my little screwdriver. And also supple enough to go inside these inside corners. Okay? I'm just using my, what I call tacking iron. Okay. I don't know if you can see this or not. Apologize for the poor quality of the video, but I don't have a camera person. I've had a lot of people go, yeah, I come down and help you out with the camera. Well, what's in it for me? Well, I don't have that kind of fun, so. You can see that. Probably my fingers are probably blocking the view, but hopefully you kind of get the idea. And again, I'm just tacking it on. I'm not running a bead around it yet. Again, it's supple enough to go into those inside corners. Try to do that with 18 gauge. Got away from me. See? I don't know if you can see this or not. Anytime I do a free-form piece of copper foil work like this, it always gets wire around the outside edge. This is a good reinforcing, and it's a foundation for the bead I'm going to put on it. Now we're coming into the home stretch here. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, that's very nice, but then you got to put a jump ring on there. Well, you know what? I don't like jump rings either. So, I don't know if you can see this or not, but for myself, I'll do this. I'll wrap it around here a couple of times. Here's my loop. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. Of course, I will have to coat that in solder, but and of course cut it off so it overlaps a little bit. This is where fingernails really come in handy. So, there's my loop. There's the wire. That's fairly centered. It's not perfect, I know.